you'll probably figure out who it is. I have a friend, very, very unique individual, owns a very successful company, and they have a Christmas party every year. And at this Christmas party, they are absolute off the charts with giving to their employee base. They've got over 400 employees now. Man, I want to say in the last 10 years, they've gone from 100 employees to over four. Now they're closing on 500. I mean, explosive growth. They are American made. They are good at what they do. Anyway, so their Christmas party, I really enjoy talking about the Christmas party because I dream of doing things like this.
Right.
So I was down there, I was hanging out with him right before Christmas, and he goes, you want to see $1 million? Or it might have been, I think it was $1.5 million, $1.5 million. And I'm like, yeah, that's I haven't seen that before.
Casual.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know. Some people are going to think I'm wacky, but like money doesn't mean a whole lot to me. It's not like, there's people, that like they live for the dollar. I have tried really hard to not be that way. And so it's like, okay, sure, whatever. I just enjoy being around you more than $1 million, but whatever. So he's drops the back of a trailer, and I'm not kidding. There is $1.5 million sitting there in $2 bills.
No kidding.
$2 bills.
Oh my darn.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's 750,000 $2 bills.
I'm thinking, where do you get those at?
You have to place the order well in advance with the bank, and they'll get it.
Okay.
They'll get it. And anyway, so I walk in. I was like, "Can I sit on it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I don't care." I'm like, "Okay." So I just sit down on it, and I'm like, "This is an X9."
Right.
That's the first thing that popped in my mind. I'm like, "This is an X9." Yeah. And anyway, and I'm like, because $1.5 million is a lot of money anymore, but it doesn't go near as far as it used to because it's become so watered down.
Yep.
So inflation has eaten so much dollar value up. It's not even funny. But we're sitting there and wow. And I said, "How come $2 bills?" He goes, "How many $2 bills do you see out in life?" I said, "Never." He goes, "I wanted to see how far $2 bills would go in our community. Because if it's a $2 bill, 99% chance, then I see it out and about 99% chance it came from us."
Mm-hmm.
And so they gave all their Christmas bonuses out in $2 bills. There was bundles. There's like $100 in $2 bills. There's 300, 500, 1,000. I think there's a couple 5,000 and $10,000 bundles in $2 bills. And it was, so you talked about seeing your money at work. That was like literally something he did just because they wanted to see the impact it had. Where did it go?
Right.
Where'd those $2 bills go to? You'll get it at the gas station. You get it at the meat market. You get it at the Mexican restaurant, going all over the place. But it made me think of that. They also gave away 4 homes, like 7 vehicles, a couple like kitchen remodels. And it was crazy. It's like I've tried to structure a lot of our young company in the trajectory of things like that, where like their they don't have turnover. They don't have turnover.
I would believe
they
that.
have employees there that have been there for a long time. Like you ask them, I asked one guy, I said, you plan on leaving? He looked at me like, you evil.
Do you know something?
Yeah. Like it better be good. And, anyway, it's like the better they treat people, the more success they have.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right.
Shocker.
Right.
And anyway, and it's my mentor, his name's Greg. He told me, he said, normally the guy that's good at work isn't short on work.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, find me one. It's going to be tough.
Right.
And so, but yeah, and then they gave away like 100 guns. It's just, it was crazy giving. Very small fraction of their revenue of the business. And dude, like It's amazing to watch the culture. I've been fortunate enough to go down there several times now and just be around the business, the company, the interaction, and it's a family.
Right.
It's 500 family members down there
awesome.
doing work in life together.
That's a testament to something that I think about. I don't have a business that needs employees, at least at this time. Yeah. Hopefully.
It's almost there.
But it's something that I think about because the whole thing in the world is nobody wants to work. So
by the way, he calls that BS.
I believe it.
He calls that BS.
Yeah.
He says, no, everybody that wants to work is at work.
Yeah.
And you don't find those people except at work.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's very good.
But there's less people.
Yeah. Less people.
There's less people in our walk of life. There's less people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is it like? Nations or their population is like projected to start shrinking soon, like going backwards.
Less than 1% in agriculture, the U.S. populace.
But if you think about people, 2 or 3 generations before us, everybody worked to survive. It literally was at a point, it's like, I just want to get through winter and keep my kids fed. Mm-hmm. Right. And then, along came cities and some modern things in life and manufacturing and all this. And so then people started building wealth.
Yeah.
Okay. And then people built wealth. And if you think about like our generation and age today, like it's really not hard to make money. Like if you have some drive,
it's not.
Like there's a guy on Instagram that's running a meat business. Yeah. He has a podcast, he's finding success. Like with the internet, you can do anything. Like I bet you
can go buy a power washer, knock on some doors, say, I'll power wash your driveway.
Exactly.
I still tell a couple young guys, I said, listen, you want to cash flow your way through college, go buy a power washer and wash driveways on weekends and siding.
Yeah. Look at the kids that have a mower, like a little push mower that take a video of them striping lawns. I love watching that.
It's very relaxing.
It is. And like, imagine if that's your house, like you're going to pay to feel good about your house, back to the whole thing. But so what I was getting at though, is like, there's a culture now of people that like work is easy. So they want to be appreciated. They want to work hard where they're appreciated. Nobody has to, that's too wide of a statement, but it's very easy to go make money to meet your basic needs and put a little aside. Whereas like a generation or 2 ago, that wasn't around. Like you still just took a job and you were happy to get money, raise the family, have a little bit to retire.
Right.
That culture shifted. So like play into that. Look at these guys. I mean, 400 to 500 employees, like 100 is a small number, but like that's huge growth. And, look what they're giving out because they can afford to.
Yeah.
People aren't going to want to leave. Like that's what it takes to have people around.
And they're very successful. Mm-hmm. They're very successful people, but dude, more power. A poor man never gave anybody a job.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't coin that. Somebody told me that, and that stuck with me for years now. And because, wealthy people, they get such a hard time so many times. Oh, you need to pay more taxes. You need to do this. Oh, he has a nice truck. He has a nice house. He has all these things. Well, dude, you know what? How many families is he supporting? What did he go through to get to that?
Yeah. Look at the ripple effect from what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Somebody's got to do it.
There's some bad apples. There's some wealthy people out there that are just Grinches, greedy Grinches.
Everywhere in every industry.
That's right.
They're always there.
Agriculture, not agriculture, you take whatever. And so it's very interesting to watch that. It's cool to see it. It just my mind keeps coming back to that. You serve someone and your people well, and it's just keep your head down. Mm-hmm. Just keep your head down and do that. And man, it's amazing the opportunities that just open.
Right.
We still live in the land of opportunity.
Oh, without a doubt. Some days it doesn't feel like it.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
is there anything left?
Right.
Is there anything left?
Yeah. But just when you think all hope's lost, one man's trash, another man's treasure.
That's exactly it.
I mean,
yeah, dude, do you know the money made in the trash industry?
Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.